Greetings and welcome to my channel. This is video number 2 and we are making crispy chicken fingers. So I learned this recipe from my good friend David from Kimo, but I decided to adapt it more to my taste. On the screen right now is what we need for this recipe. We have 2 boneless chicken thighs here. We're gonna start slicing them like this into finger-like shapes. What we want to have is something like this, although cubes would work too. So we're not gonna be too concerned about cutting them to perfection, as long as our chicken pieces end up being somewhat similar in shape and size, so they cook at the same rate. Once it's all done, we're gonna transfer them into a container. Then pour in enough milk to cover all of them. And we're gonna want to make sure everybody's in contact with the milk. After this, we'll let the chicken marinate for anywhere between half an hour and 24 hours. If you're in a hurry, you can do half an hour, or if you're preparing this ahead of time, you can leave it covered in the fridge overnight. Me personally, I'll leave it in the fridge for 2 hours because I think that's where you start to hit diminishing returns. And it also gives me enough time to take to the open seas with my friends in Don't Starve. When we are back, we're gonna start making the batter by combining 100 grams of cornstarch with 35 grams of regular flour and adding 105 milliliters of water. And as you can see here, I actually miscalculated at first and put in 75 milliliters of water, then seeing it was too dry, added 30 more for a total of 105. In the end, this is the consistency we are aiming for. And then we'll season this with red pepper flakes, cracked black pepper, and salt. Then give it a good mix and set aside until needed. At this point, we'll get our chicken from out that container and onto some paper towels. We're gonna pat them gently to help remove the excess moisture. Then into the bowl they go. We'll try to make sure they are all coated in the batter. Gonna need to heat our oil to about 155 degrees Celsius or 310 in Fahrenheit. We can test this by getting a few drops of the batter into the oil. If it's sizzling like this, it's ready. At which point, we'll gently place the chicken into the hot oil and keep the flame medium high because the chicken will lower the temperature of the oil. We'll continue frying for approximately 8 minutes or until they turn golden. Once that happens, we'll get them out of the oil and onto a cooling rack. After this first fry, we can cool them completely and store them in the freezer for up to 3 months. And whenever we want crispy chicken, all we need to do would be to fry them for 5 more minutes. But anyways, we'll let these rest for 5 minutes while we make a simple sauce. In a non-stick pan, we'll add 1 tablespoon of honey. 2 cloves of sliced garlic, about half a tablespoon of fish sauce, followed by 1.5 tablespoon of soy sauce. We're gonna mix everything over medium-low heat. And we're not gonna go anywhere because we don't want to aggressively cook this, we just want to soften the garlic and give its flavor to the sauce. After about 2 or 3 minutes, it's going to be done. Now then, for a second round of frying, we'll raise the oil's temperature to 185 Celsius or 365 Fahrenheit. We're gonna simply fry the chicken until golden brown, which is gonna take like 3 minutes. With that, our crispy chicken fingers are all ready to be enjoyed. Alright, listen to this crunch. Oh boy. The beauty of this recipe is bringing together in delicious harmony the chicken, softened by marination, and the ultra crispy exterior, achieved thanks to double frying. But for now, that's it from me. If you do decide to make these and something goes wrong, let me know. Likewise, if it turns out great, I would love to hear it. Until next time, take care.